snow last night, so I have to be quiet because he came home real late. I was debating whether I was going to go live. I didn't want to make a lot of noise, but I do have to get some things done. So I had those two quilts that I had done. Oh, let me put this on all chat. There we go. I have the two quilts that I made for Pass It Forward. They're downstairs in the dryer. I washed them last night. I long armed them. Yes, my long arm has been running. So because now I'm in the long arm movement, right, I think I'm going to be doing a lot more just to get myself together, because I have another Pass It Forward quilt. I delivered one yesterday that I made a while ago. I needed an emergency one, so I just went in my stash and grabbed one. It was great. Hi, Melanie. Hi, Joe. Hi, Vera. And so I was excited. I actually had Honey find it for me. Hi, Donna. So it was a Pass It Forward quilt that I was going to give to someone next week, and I had it on my couch in my bedroom. So I was like, honey, I need you to take this thing. And he dropped it off at work for me so that I can give it away to someone who needed a comfort quilt. And so now I have to take something out of my tops and long arm that. So that'll be the next. I probably should do it now. I probably should find a top now, but I don't want to make too much noise. Can you hear me all? I wonder, can you hear me? So we have this. I have quilted it, oops, as well. And this is the back. So I'm going to show you how I trim. I also have put this on my long arm, and I also did that. Nothing like last minute. Oh, good. All right, so I'm going to span this down, and we're going to, I know I've shown you this before, but this is where I'm going to go with this today. So I am going to take my scissors. I can't find my other scissors, my favorite scissors. I have them somewhere, I just don't know where. These are my old gingham scissors. Look at that, I have nail polish. This used to be the scissors I used to take with me. Well, they used to be my only scissors. I used to take them to classes many, many years ago when my kids were little. And so I should probably grab my glasses. All right, let me see. I can see now. Well, thank you. So I ended up not using, oh, you know what? I haven't decided if I want to use this yet. Hold on. I may have to make binding. I may not want this as the binding. Let me see. So this is what you can do before you can audition and see. I didn't want to use this rest of this fabric because it was just, I wanted to use it on something else. I don't know what, but let's see. So this, you're only seeing a very little bit of this. Can I live with it? You know what, I can. It's got pink in it, and it's got the same teal. We're just gonna go with it. The worst thing that could happen is I cut it, and I start putting it on, and I don't like it. Then you know what? I'll just unpick it, and I'll just make binding. All hope is not lost. So we have that. And this will be put away for another time. So I went an inch. So I cut an inch away. And then I'm going to flip this around, use my scissors, whoops, and cut. I'm going across. And then I come here and I do the same thing. Once I do that, I don't know, I hear him wrestling. I hope I didn't wake him up. But I gotta do some of this stuff. So we got very little bit of snow. So Eva, I just saw your message, your comment that came across that my section 1 looks different. You got me a little nervous now. I don't know. I looked at the pattern again. I am doing the small size, so I don't know if that's the difference. Like you said, you didn't know if it was the size. I am doing the small. Good morning, Linda. So I come in here, and this should be all like square. And I'll cut that. I have the large, so yes, that's the difference. Okay. So here we are. We're going to rotate this. And again, I just come. When I cut this, if you notice, I don't pick this up because I have a tendency to snip it. I leave it flat and kind of guide my scissor, because someone asked me how I don't nick it. I have nicked it. And you know, when I nick it is when I pull it up. So I leave it flat and then let my scissor glide across. And then I come in, and this is my last. And this again, this one is 1 inch. I just want a really tiny bit showing. I don't need a lot showing. Now I am going to pull these out. If I can get a 2.5 inch strip of this, I will, because I'll use it for something. I'm talking about the batting, and then I have this. All right, so that's ready to go. So I think what we're looking at is this, and I think that's going to be fine. I really do, because I think this border or this binding is going to pick up the greens and the pinks. So there is going to be that. All right, here comes the big one. El Jefe, the big one here. The big grandote. Where we go. So I just uploaded my video on how to make this. It has not gone public yet. I have to make a thumbnail. There's a process, but I did upload this morning, and I did put my measurements on what I used, okay? Or rough. The measurements I gave you will give you the block sizes, but you will have to like figure out what you want to do with the skirt and everything, you know, and the shirt. But yes, so that is going to be coming up while I take a little bit of time this weekend to myself. So that'll come up. I did make some small videos, keep you guys entertained while I'm not going live. Yesterday I had that thing where, because a storm was coming in, where it was going right into my ears yesterday. Great tip, because I always nick mine. Yes. So, like, hi, Michelle. So there will be some content, but I do need a little bit of a break. It was nice last weekend. Get myself back to standards here of health. Here we are. So I'm just going to do it all the way around. I think I have it all the way around. Oh, no, I don't. So we're going to come over here. Again, I come in and I just glide right across. And I hold this, as you can see, as I go along. Here we are. When I first started doing these, I was nicking them all the time, but it was after making so many of those passive forward, like lap blankets we were making, I found that this method really worked the best. All right, so I've got that. And this, I think, nope, I can't get a 2.5 inch. So now I just come in here. So let's see. I may do something. No, I'm just gonna let it flow. It's gonna be a little odd, but I'm gonna let it flow. It's for me anyway. What I was thinking about doing was putting actual binding on this and not flipping it over. But you know something? This is mine. I'm not trying to sell this. This is for me. I'm okay with it being a little bit scrappy. Here we go. Let me move this way. And here we are. Here we are. This goes here. So now I have this long piece that hopefully I can use in something. I do love these fishies. Look at that. Fishies are brightly colored. When you go to the beach, they're nice and beautiful, colorful fish. And it was great because it's what I had in my stash. Ooh, this could be a Bomba skirt too, actually. There's so many things one can do. I understand, Melanie, you got to get the kiddos. Is that going to PR with you? It is really nice. I don't know what so I already have one with the dark blue flag here, and I already have one in Puerto Rico, but my mom had been pestering me about wanting one of these, so I may give her my one in Puerto Rico and bring this one there, but I haven't quite decided yet. But it is going to be for me. That much I know. Unless Bad Bunny would like to make, I'm going to put out a request. Unless Bad Bunny wants to come and visit me, I can give him this one. He can have this one. Oh, I nicked this underneath. That's the only way I'm giving this one up. If he'd like to use it in some of his videos or his shows, yeah, I think I can give this up just fine. All right, so there we go. We have that. Love the fishies. Hi, Andrea. So here we are. I've got this. Oh, look at that. This got dirty. Oh, I don't like that. That really got dirty. Well, it's a good thing. It rubbed right off, whatever that dirt was. Well, in the wash. It'll get in the wash. So now I'm going to flip us around and we're going to go sew this. Both of these. I'm going to sew these up. And all these. All my scraps are falling off the table. All right, I'm going to move the camera. You ready? Here we go. I already have my foot because last night I was putting on binding on those other ones. So here we go. Here's a picture. Oh no, I guess Andrea is not feeling well this morning. For this quilt, what's the name? Well, I just designed this right before the Super Bowl. You were talking about my Puerto Rican flag. That's something I designed. It is the third one I've made, but this time I added Bomba girls. And healing from being physically. Wait, what? Joe, you're... Oh no, Joe, I'm so sorry to hear that. That's scary. That's really scary. I'm so sorry. The one with the chicks on it. Yes, that, Michelle, that is my pattern. I have not figured, I've made it, but I haven't wrote down measurements. So the first one had different measurements. The second one had different measurements. And this third time that I've made it has a different measurement. So again, there is no pattern name yet. I'm still working on the pattern itself. But it's going to be a Puerto Rican flag with the girls. Now, the little bomba dancers, I did a video on that, and that's going to be a free pattern. The bomba dancers. So that's coming up this weekend. Yes, the one this weekend with the bomba dancers, not the flag, just the dancers themselves, that's going to be a free pattern. And what I mean by that is I put the dimensions I used in the description. What I didn't do is put the dimensions of how I made the dress into a shirt and a skirt. I just kind of eyeballed it. Each individual one was eyeballed. So you just have to create a 6.5 inch square with how you want your bomba dress to lay. Yeah, it's horrendous. This is right. Did you go on your channel? All right. So I'm right over here mitering my corners. I'm going to take my thingamajiggy thing. I don't know what you call this. And Lori must be here. Good morning, Lori. If anybody has a live, you know, you're welcome to post it. Well, I don't know if you can post it, but you're welcome to talk about it. Oh, I'm about ready to take the remote in flight. You know what? I have to go back on here. I don't know what I did. I lost myself for a second. There we go. I'm going to just take that, fold that down, fold this in, being that I'm already lost, and fold that over. There we go. I'm going to pin that. What is going on here? Put that. Make sure that's up there. There you go. There I go. Okay. Sometimes I have to do this. I just have to do this to kind of get myself back. Let's see, live today. So Lori's going live today at 10 a.m. Eastern. And here, we'll give you this. What is that? And then we'll do some nice little trivia on that picture. So the game is I see. So I see this. The verdict is still out whether I like this as the border or not. I mean, not the border, the binding or not. It's got the colors, but I'm not sure if I'm totally sold on it. Now, I tried to do this last time and it wasn't working for me. There it goes. There we go. I got it. So we have a avocado. Yes, an avocado. So avocado has the highest fiber content of any fruit. True or false? I did not. I learned something new, I think. So avocado has the highest fiber content of any fruit. True or false? True. So yeah, it's true. I did not know that. That makes this is making all kinds of sense why when I'm in PR things are flowing better. I eat a lot of avocados there. I mean, I eat a lot here. We eat a lot here. Like yesterday we had a BLTA, which is bacon, lettuce, tomato, and avocado. We had that for dinner last night. Oh, they're so good. Yeah, we had that on pan de agua, which is Puerto Rican white, it's like a French loaf or an Italian loaf kind of bread. I love avocados, me too. Well, now we know, hi Donna, that they are full of fiber. All right, the name avocado comes from the Nahuatl word, what? Oh my God, I'm butchering this. Aguacate. Ahuacatl, which sounds very close to aguacate, which is what we use in Spanish. Do you know how to make a good pan de agua? No, I know how to go to panaderia and buy it, and now Sam's Club sells it. We call it pan de cubano or something like that, but it tastes really close to pan de agua. That's what we used last night. So the name comes from the Nahuatl word ahuacate. What does this mean? A, purple pear, B, testicle, or C, tree cucumber? The name avocado comes from the Nahuatl word ahuacate. What does ahuacate mean? Purple pear, B, testicle, or C, tree cucumber? Good morning, Amy. had A, lots of A's. So here it is. I mean, I like, you know, when you look at it from far, all you see is the green. When you look it up at it close, it's a little interesting, but you know what? You're only getting a little bit of it, so I think it's okay. I think it's okay. I don't think I'm gonna rip it out. So I'll take that with me to school maybe today. I'll have to put a tag on it. You know, I should probably do that right now. Let me do the tag. Where are they? Here we are. Let me do this little tag. These are my like little tags for little things. And clearly I'm running out of them. Oh. Hold on. I need two. Let's see. I really like it. I love paisley. Yeah, I mean, it's great. So a lot of you think that word aguacate, A, purple pear, is the #1 answer. B, testicle, or C, tree cucumber. So we ready for the answer? Oh, I'm so sorry you're getting knocked off. Double tap the phone. So are we ready here? Because you won't believe this answer. Apparently we're all out there eating fruit testicles because it says testicle. The name avocado comes from the Nahuatl, I don't even know how to say it, word ahuacatl, which is Ahuacatl, and it means testicle. I don't know even where to go with that right now. I'm just going to say that's the answer. So, yes, that's the answer. Yeah. So I had no idea. This is quite interesting information to be given out there. All right, let's go on to the next question. Nutritionists list the avocado as a food high in MUFAs. What does MUFA stand for? What does MUFA stand for? Avocado. Nutritionists list the avocado as a food high in MUFAs. What does MUFA stand for? I'm still on question 2. Wow. Okay. Next time I go to Puerto Rico, I should say, do you know what aguacate means? Oh my goodness, I will get the most strangest looks. Oh. There we go. Every culinary dream, making Rocky Mountain oysters served with avocado. Now that would be a plate of something else. Oh my goodness. Could be worse, could be eating. Oh, I just said that, mountain oysters, but with avocado. Okay, ready? So here we go. It means monounsaturated Monounsaturated fatty acid. Monounsaturated fatty acid. Well, Wepa, we learned a lot about avocados. Things we didn't know. Things we probably didn't want to know. All right, here we go. I see. What do we see? Oh my goodness. I just can't. It's too funny. Too funny. So I'm going to write New York up here and 2026 right there. Ay, Dios mío. What was that piece? That always scares me when I see a little piece of something just fly off. They're raspberries. They sure are raspberries. Should we learn what raspberries mean? No. The term to blow a raspberry. The term to blow a raspberry means to make noise by sticking out your tongue and blowing air. What is going on with these cards? The term to blow a raspberry means to make noise by sticking out your tongue and blowing air. I don't know what to say about that. Means to make noise by sticking out your tongue and blowing air. I don't even know how that's possible. Oh, it would sound like flatulence. Okay. I have, you know what? I've learned a lot this morning already. And apparently I'm going to keep learning more. Hi, Dawn. You're missing some interesting questions this morning. Interesting trivia this morning. I can't wait to show my honey that avocado card. Because that's crazy. But now we're blowing a raspberry, and we need to know true or false. To make noise by sticking out your tongue and blowing air. The term to blow a raspberry means to make noise by sticking out your tongue and blowing air. Is that true or false? And we have some true. True. Oh, you do that when you're playing with a baby. Okay. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, right? On their little feet to watch their little toes flicker. So the answer is true. The answer is true. Which of these is not a hybrid formed by crossing raspberries with other fruit? Which is not a hybrid? Boysenberry, gooseberry, or longanberry? I thought a raspberry was when you put your mouth on someone's skin blowing air. I don't know. I never even heard of that term. So I have no clue, honestly. So someone has gooseberries as a... So we have, which of these is not a hybrid? Formed by crossing raspberries with other fruit. A, boysenberry, B, gooseberry, or C, longanberry. So we have a lot of B's so far. Hi, Joyce. I think you just came in because I see a hi, Joyce. So the answer is gooseberry, gooseberry. Who sang the 1985 song Raspberry Beret? I remember that song. That happens to be one of my favorite artists. So. Sign me up for a weirdo anytime. I know they all dress crazy, but you gotta love it. Yes, Prince. Prince. I love Prince. I love Gaga. I love Bad Bunny. I liked Madonna. You know, all the ones that like to dress up. I guess it's because they just decided, well, how do I want to put it politely. I guess they all decided they didn't care what society thought. They were going to just be them. But what is so funny, as they have all aged, they have all calmed down. Bad Bunny looks very different back in the day than he does now. Same with Gaga, Madonna, and poor Prince. He hasn't been, we lost him way too soon. But you know what? Elvis had his own thing too. I like Elvis. He had his own thing. He had all his rompers. Boy George, yep, Boy George too. Oh, I was watching the Well, I was I was watching the Olympics like everybody else. We were watching. Well, you know, I love curling, so that's that. And yesterday I was to the end, and they lost it, but at least they got silver, the U.S. But the freestyle skating, which is like ice dancing, aka ice dancing. I love that. I've been watching that on replay because I can't get through the whole thing. It's 3 hours long, and at night I just can't get through it. So we watched an hour 2 days ago, an hour yesterday, and they did a Boy George song. So the theme was 90s music. So, and everybody had a thing with Ricky Martin. It's like, so far I'm only 2/3 in, and we've already had 3 ice dancers ice skate to the same Ricky Martin song. I was like, can someone else pick another song? Let's pick another song. But I don't know. I guess because it has a good beat, whatever. It's been fun. I still haven't gotten to the couple who won with the Paso Doble. I want to see that. That's what I'm trying to get to. I almost didn't go on this live and said, honey, let's watch the ending of it and just chill in bed because it's cold this morning. It's not as cold as it was. It's in the 20s this morning. But being that it's been in the negative, ooh, there it goes. Yeah. You know what else we were watching? We like to watch the biathlon. Those people, let me tell you, they're cross-country skiing with their gun. I guess, right? I don't know. The thing that they shoot out of, okay? The gun. I don't know what they call it, if there's some name for it. Yeah, 2 of them use catwalk. Oh, okay. Like I said, I haven't. So there was one that was fantastic. Where were they from? And they got such a low score, and I was shocked. They held second, or they held third. I don't know, but I was actually shocked because I thought they did a lot of spins and lifts more than anyone else. And I thought they got a very low score. And again, I don't know if technicality, they did something wrong, but when you looked at it, it looked beautiful. It looked really beautiful. So, I don't know. My honey wants to watch the men's figure skating because I guess this guy did he did a something. And so, but I said we got to first finish watching this other stuff. His thing is skiing. So we watched skiing. Like we watched the Schifrin girl last night. That's his main sport that he likes to watch, all the skiing, being that he's a skier. The only skiing I like to really watch is the biathlon, just because all of them are just going. I like cross-country skiing. And then you have to go through the target. And then if you miss the shot, you have to go around. I like things that are complicated that nobody knows why the heck they're doing them or what the rules are. Hi, Jessica. Hi, Deb. Back flip on ice skates. Wow. Yeah, so I don't know. I've been enjoying a little bit of everything. We watched a little bit of luge. Oh, I'm waiting for the, what is it called? The skeleton. And I think that's on the 13th, which is, when's the 13th? Friday. So Puerto Rico has, I believe, one Olympic, there was like 4 that came out, but I think only one of them is in an event, and it's for the skeleton. And it's a girl, and she's apparently very, very good. Did a flip, but the French skater nearly was banned for the same move right back in the 90s, I think. Oh. Yeah, so the skeleton at Puerto Rico has this female skeleton athlete. Apparently she's very good, and she's looking like, I guess they're pegging her as one to get medaled. So I want to see that, and I want to know, where is she practicing skeleton? There's no ice in Puerto Rico. I can't imagine. I don't know where she's practicing. I mean, my honey seems to think that she's practicing somewhere cold in the States, because I can't imagine that we would have a skeleton crew or stadium or whatever that thing is called that they practice on. Now, we are big in the Summer Olympics with basketball and all that, but yeah, I think the winter sport, and I was surprised it was the skeleton. Scott Hamilton used to do backflips. Yes. Yep. I know back in the day I was naming people. And my honey was like, when was the last time you watched figure skating? I said, it's been a long time, honey, a long time. I said, I've been busy. So it's been a long time. And my favorite is the Winter Olympics. Everybody has their favorite. My father was nuts about both, but he absolutely loved the summer. And, I don't know. So we are almost to the end of this. Oh, we never did this. So which of the fruits is not a hybrid formed by crossing raspberries is gooseberry? Oh, we did that. And Prince, we did that. Here we are. Here. I see. What do you see? Hi, Norma. It is Deb. What do you see? grew up in Colorado Springs. I know there's a huge curling training center for there. We loved both winter and summer Olympics. Well, we looked up the curling. So I curl, but in Montreal, Canada. And someone told me that there's a couple of curling places right here near me. So I looked them up, and there's two that are about an hour away from me. So Honey and I said that we might have to do a little bit of curling close by. One of the leagues, one of the, whatever you want to call these places, actually is the guy who owns it is in the Olympics right now. So that's interesting. I may want to go to his place. There's about 3 that I know of. Oops. Okay, so this plant here, do they still use Lake Placid? I don't know. Good question. The one is Croton on the Hudson. Then there's one in Schenectady. And then there's one in Albany. So, because we looked it up. So this is, hi Chris, this here is a cactus. It says the peyote cactus produces a substance that can be used as a psychoactive drug. I didn't know that, okay. Is that true or false? The peyote cactus produces a substance that can be used as a psychoactive drug. True or false? This is taking me, oh good, we're almost to the end here. Whew. I was gonna say, this is taking me forever, I feel. Good look at the Bomba girls. Yes, you are. There they are. So I long armed this, but look over here. My long arm flipped this. And now I'm going to try to fix this. It flipped it here and here. And then when I realized I had to long arm this differently. So I'm going to live on the danger side right here, because I'm going to clip this off right here. And then I'm going to try my best to kind of lock in those stitches. So the peyote cactus produces a substance that can be used as a psychoactive drug is true. It's called mescaline and was used in some Native American rituals. There we go. I learned something new. Had no idea. Ready? Which of these is not a type of cactus? Which is not a type of cactus? A, beryl, B, prickly pear, or C, urn? Now, this is going crazy. I'm going to put that there. So I am going to try to lock in these stitches, but also stitch this down. There we go. And then from back here, it looks continual. So I did pretty good. I did it also over here in this one. So I'm going to clip that one stitch and hopefully clip this other one. And then move that there. Again, I have to lock in the stitches in both so that they don't unravel. And I'm literally going right on top of it. There we go. So that was the only things that were bothering me is when I went over. And come back here and look. We are good. Oop, and then take this. This is where I just started that. So there we go. I fixed her little dress. I'll replace, no problem. Okay, so now we're just going to put the bottom tag on here. I'm gonna put my tag on. And probably going to do this over here. New York. $20.26. Now I'm going to put this right on here. Okay, the answer here is C, earn. Are you ready out of labels that essentially? No, those are the ones I use on my passive forwards. I'm very selective. I use those on my passive forwards. But these are little ones. This is like stuff for me. I just kind of put like that, but I'm trying to save those for big events. Ready? Last question is, what alcoholic beverage is produced from the juices of the blue agave cactus? What alcoholic beverage is produced from the juices of the blue agave cactus? So here we are. I have my quilt. So cute. I love it. I love it. I have to start writing down stuff. Maybe that's what I'll do. And I like the back, the water. I do. And I love the fish. I love everything about it. Let's see. What do we have? Tequila or mezcal. Yes, tequila. So with that said, let's tequila on out of here because I have to get ready for work and get myself together, and tequila is the right answer. It is. We have a lot coming from cactuses. Yep. And next time you eat an avocado, food for thought. So I will see you all soon. Today's Wednesday, right? Yes. So tomorrow's Thursday. So I should be able to do a live on Thursday, but I am taking off the holiday weekend to be with families and friends and just a little bit of a reboot. So everyone, please take care of yourself, pass it forward. And if you like what you see, please like, subscribe, and share my channel. And when I do start putting videos up, if it gives you an option to hype it up, please do so. I encourage you all to do that. Everybody take care. See you soon. Bye-bye.